you go. There's our website on our icon. It's just us three guys. There is another guy out there, but he doesn't want us to notify him or doesn't want us to point him out. We're just friends from school. We just did IT together. We know what we're doing. That's about us. We are currently developing 3 games, and I'll explain 2 of them later, and one of my friends will explain another one. We have us 4. We've got 2 graphics designers. I'm a programmer. We have our human relations guy as well. That guy there. That's how you can contact us. Nicholas is one of our graphic designers. Him. Ian is another graphics designer. Lachlan, who I am, is the programmer. Matthew is our human relations. We have a Facebook page. We also have a Twitter page. So if you can't find us on the website, there's something wrong. And who here likes Warhammer? Put your hands up. Yeah. Who's heard of Space Hulk? Yeah. Who hates that it's not on PC or something like that? We are now actually going to build it and put it on PC. We plan to actually change it a little bit, where actually you get your squad and you actually infiltrate the building. So you get to actually simulate your infiltrations. Now I'm going to have Nick come up and he's going to talk about the artwork he did.
Awesome. So yeah, as he said, we are trying to pay homage to the Space Hulk game, which you've obviously heard of, some of you at least. And this is some of the artwork that that I've made. You can't see that. That is shocking. It's concept art anyway. That is even worse. Is there a brightness on here?
No, it looks better on here. It looks better on here, it's fine.
People can see out there? Yep. Okay. This is actually the loading screen. We were doing it mainly in Game Maker. Yeah, all the artwork's done mainly in Photoshop. This was meant to be the loading screen, if you can see it. We've jazzed it up. We put a TDA to try and avoid copyright issues. Tactical Dreadnought Assault. For anyone who knows, the Terminator is also known as the Tactical Dreadnought Assault suit. So that's the loading screen. Then the main menu. And in the Game Maker, you've got the ship flying around in the background and some graphics going on. And yeah, the buttons there. This was a mock-up for what the mission intro thing would look like. Anyone played StarCraft? Yeah, you know the bit before you actually start the mission where it tells you what's going on? Yeah, the briefing. Yes, that's a good word for it. And down the bottom, you've got your squad of 5 Terminators, and the arrows you can customise what weapons they've got, which you have to unlock as you go, and a map and your objectives and some story and characters on the left-hand side there. This was meant to be the 2 main characters that you got to interact with and got... Who told you what to do? Yes, that's from a Dawn of War game, the one on the left, and the one on the right's off DeviantArt. So the pictures aren't mine. And the Barack Obama message before, made in a program called Crazy Talk, was actually going to be used to animate the faces when they were giving the briefings. There's some buttons there. You have no idea how irritating it was to try and make the buttons so they still looked cool and didn't interfere with the ship going along in the background because of the transparencies. One for the main menu and one for in the actual mission briefing area. Here we've got on the top-down views of the Terminator. You'll see some in-game shots in a minute. Each of them with a different weapon. You've got the basic on the left, and then moving across you've got assault cannon, flamethrower and lightning claws. And below those the portraits of the various Terminators when you've selected them. Again, very StarCraft. This is a screenshot. As I said, that looks terrible. But you've got your guy, you've got your selection around it, you've got your ammo counter up next to the Terminator portrait. And yes, you move around inside this ship. That's a prototype flamer, because we didn't know how else to do it. And yeah, you move around in your ship, and it's a very strategic game, all about firing lines and cleansing and burning rooms and protecting your squad because you've only got 5 guys. And that's about it as far as the art side of it goes.
Who here likes laser tag? Yeah, well, we are developing. We are developing a game that allows you to be as one of the people as a laser tagger, and you go around like just shooting everyone with your laser guns, of course. Oh, sorry.
We actually do plan to do something special with the laser tag. We actually plan to put mirror walls in so you can actually bounce your shots around. So if there's someone around the corner, and also you're actually going to have it that it's actually a completely dark screen, except for like a little torch thing your character actually holds, so you can actually see only in front of you, which is going to be cool because you can sneak up behind people and just shoot them. All right. I thought of this idea about a week ago when they brought up mining tax. It's called Mining Madness. You're actually in charge of a small mining company which you've got to build into a megalithic empire, $1 million empire. You start off with like basic stuff, and you can sell your ore to refining companies, and then you can actually buy a refinery yourself, and then export your minerals and stuff that you've refined already straight into the market. I actually got this inspiration from the mining industry, and actually I like the idea, but it'll be very interesting. Unfortunately today we don't have any development that we've actually worked on. Because we had a systems failure, all our data was erased. We've actually planned to have a beta in December when they actually have the second game cap.
Hey, guys. Shh.
Before we move on to our next presenter, is there any questions? Because the next presenter isn't part of our PowerPoint.
We've got one up here.
You can.
I'm quite familiar with the Space Hulk board game, and how are you going? Is it going to be all turn-based? And how easy is it for a gene stealer? How easy is it going to be for a gene stealer to kill a Terminator without making the game too easy or too hard?
When we built, just to answer your first question, it's not going to be turn-based. All of the gene steal is going to be driven by a very simple AI, but of actually very deadly AI. As in how easy it is to kill a Terminator. Well, you'll know in the original one that the Terminators had the massive range advantage, but once the gene stealer got in really close, it was pretty much done for the Terminator. So that pretty much explains it.
Hey, Lachlan, I've got 2 questions. One with the Space Hulk. Will there be multiplayer involved? And 2, could you make a game about the Horus Heresy? Just for me, because it's great.
To answer your first question, at the moment, we may not have it. When we first release it, it won't be multiplayer because the scripts are actually really hard to write for multiplayer for Game Maker. For your second question, Horus Heresy, awesome. Unfortunately, the problem is though, if we make a mistake, we'll actually probably get really dissed for it. So we'll think about it, but we're not sure at the moment.
With the game, will you be creating more characters, or is it just going to stick to the Terminator character?
In the original, it actually was those only 4 guys. We may add more as we go, like captains and stuff, but at the moment, it's only going to be those 4 guys.
All right, we'll probably move on to the final one. Yep, go.
He's the different presenter.
Yep,
though, so,
that's fine.
So we're done.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Big hand. Hyperlink. Okay, as I said, that was the team that I've recently joined. My name is Nicholas Craig, for those who didn't catch it before, and I am an artist, or digital artist. Originally, I've started with sketches. I've been drawing sketches since primary school, really, and this was supposed to be going automatically. There we go. And the same problem that we had before that is way too dark. I scanned a whole bunch of my drawings in last night, and they haven't come across too clearly. Can you see that one? Okay. So they might be a bit hit and miss, but we got some better stuff coming. So yeah, I've been drawing for ages now. I really enjoy drawing. It really lets you express your creativity and create new worlds and do things that people haven't done before. That's a creature that lives underground that may be made into a game sooner or later. So yeah, inspiring artist, I've mainly been doing people sketches, and I remember when I first started I was rubbish at drawing people, humanoids of any sort, but as with anything, you practice and you keep doing it and eventually you get better. This is a barbarian sort, again the scan's not very good, barbarian type raider sort of community, and I'm from the Don't Worry Guys team, which actually inspired me to create a type of a new tribe, so to speak, the Don't Worry Warriors. And these sketches that I've done now, all these sketches coming up I done yesterday and the day before. So even given a short amount of time, you can still produce some fairly decent work. And yeah, as with any tribe, there's different roles, almost like a role-playing game, different roles that each sketch sort of embodies in the way of what it represents in the character. And one thing I found really good is I'm now moving into Photoshop. I love Photoshop. And one thing that really struck me was the fact that you could actually colour in your characters, so to speak. You could take art and you could do new things with it. And so in a minute we've got the first of the Photoshop sort of stuff. This one. This started off as a sketch that I got, and the middle dwarf was completely coloured in by me. It's like 400 layers there. And yeah, and you can get some amazing visual effects. You can create square apples. Yeah, really just break... You can really just break the boundaries of common art. You can have things jumping out at the viewer. You could have art that really just pops out of the page. Yeah, bit of a pun there. And yet you can do a lot of things that you can't do with photography, and you can create and express yourself really well, even if it does look a bit strange. And you can overlay images. That's a block of wood with a sunrise in it. And it really helps you to express yourself and express your creativity and muck around with ideas. That's an actual chocolate frog, if you can't make that out. It's melting, yes. And that is a creature that I came up with specifically designed to push characters off high objects, called the Pushy Bugger. For anyone who's played D&D, it was going to be a D&D creature. And you can also do things like posters, a lot of advertising. I heard people before talking about making games as advertising, posters and that sort of thing as well. You can do amazing things with text. Just text alone can be really exciting. This one, the ship, was made completely in Bryce, which I think is more sort of a landscape 3D editor, then put into Photoshop, and all the rest was done in Photoshop, was jazzed up with some effects, which I can't see. And yeah, another cool thing is that you can take pictures of like people that you really hate, and you can just, you know, turn them to stone. It's actually one of my teachers, the chaplain at our school. And a game that I've been sort of working on my own. This, again, was made in Bryce and then put into Photoshop and cleaned right up to become the loading screen for a game that I've been making called PC Protector. Very similar to...
So not Mac Protector?
Not Mac Protector, no. Well, PC stands for personal computer. And this one is one that I'm very proud of. That projection doesn't do it justice, but yeah, I've been working on that for quite a while, and I was actually thinking of entering it in the Monash IT Challenge in the art sort of section. But yeah, getting back to PC Protector, I do have a version, a copy on this computer which someone can come up and play if they want. Not as of yet. Yeah, so anyone want to come up and play that? Okay. So yeah, that's some of my work. Do we have any questions?
Oh, I've got one. We got one question.
And that's my email if anyone wants to talk to me at all about anything. Ba-bong.
On the previous image, how long did it take you to draw that guy with the weapon?
The robot.
Yeah.
Well, the robot actually started as a sketch. Click your username to begin. Okay.
What should I call myself?
Oh, there's no name. That's shoot. These are move up and down. Control and shift. Okay, just going through the controls here. Your files are on the left-hand side of the screen. You're the ship. You can move up and down. Spacebar is shoot. It's your antivirus gun. The things trying to get your files are viruses. Occasionally, you will see a pop-up coming across the screen. That thing there is a firewall. So you can push Control, and you'll get a ghost of that. Press Enter again to place the firewall, and it will block viruses. You've got to push Enter. Control and then Enter. And that will block incoming viruses. They'll just get destroyed on the firewall. But as we know with firewall software, often it goes out of date, so it doesn't last very long. Getting back to the original question, so the robot was started as a sketch, and then has anyone been to tourist locations? You've got the things where you put the coins in and you get the binoculars for so long? Yeah? It was started as one of those, and that was pulled apart and put back together and then textured and washed, overlaid, and it... Whoa! Fail. Virus.
So, how well do you think your drawing skills are these days?
Yeah, I don't know. Press ignore.
We had a question. We had a question saying, how good is your drawing skills these days?
My drawing skills, most of the sketches that you saw before, that's the sort of quality that I'm at to. I think I am really, really good, but that could just be me.
All right, we'll have one more question, and we might leave it. So.
There's different types of viruses as you go through.
Why couldn't you use Windows Vista as your operating system for the game?
All these were actually screenshots from my computer at the time, and it was just really convenient to get things off my computer.
I pressed it.
If you've got no firewalls, you can't place a firewall.
I'm pressing Control.
Software malfunction.
Stupid thing.
So yeah, the other pickup is a tower.
We might leave it there. So.
Okay.
All right, let's give a round of applause. I'm going to show something on this computer. Yeah, just stop that. I'm going to show them something. Okay, one thing I